Ah, good evening everyone to what looks like a bright and sunny day in Germany for ILR. We're here for another week, myself and HLG. Good evening.
Good evening.
Looking forward to this one?
I am very excited for this one. This is personally one of my favourite tracks and normally produces some very good racing.
It certainly does, and as you can see, a lot of people are going out there on tyres, which is a good thing to do.
Yeah, tyres tends to be the good way to start.
Yeah, you absolutely need tyres.
You
Wouldn't
definitely
recommend the ultras at this part,
the rims.
But no, I mean it might help. If it's wet, it might help, but never mind. Feel like you get more grip on the rims, but never mind. We'll talk about that if it rains in the race. There's Mr. TJ's just coming onto track on the apparent ultra soft tyres, but the director says soft, so I'm confused.
I'll go by what the director says, so I believe...
The director says soft then, cool. Doc 6 is on medium tyres, as are quite a few of others in
yeah,
on
a lot of people on mediums. This is one of those tracks where, again, you want to qualify on the medium tyre, or the soft tyre. What would also now be known as the medium tyre in nowadays times. But yeah, you want to qualify on the soft tyre here, go for the one-stop, softs to mediums, preferably. That you can do a two-stop round here, but I believe it's a little bit slower.
Yeah, of course. You need a preference for your race strategy, and this Toxic looks like an 8th gear guy. We've got that nailed already. Down into second through the hairpin. Very tricky to get right, but looks like he could use a small improvement, but not too bad.
Yeah, that was a decent exit out of the hairpin. Hairpin, one of the trickiest parts of this track. You don't get the entrance right, it completely screws your exit.
As does this section of track as well, leading into the grandstand section. But he seems to have cocked right with that.
This is it's looking like
Puts
a decent
nicely.
first lap. It's not the quickest, but he's just getting his mediums up to some decent temperature, so he'll probably go for another one after this, I would imagine.
A lot of medium runners tend to go for 2 flying laps. You're right there. We'll see what he does, but this is not too bad considering he's on a medium 11-12 just now, 13-3. Will probably improve when he goes again, but for now, quickest in the session. Let's have a look at Dark Wolves, who's on the ultras, down in sector 1. Activates DRS. And get a camera view that's not complete trash. Well,
I think he invalidated his lap. No, I think he invalidated. I think that's what we've seen here. Is he's going to have to go for a second lap.
DTM. Is he not really in mode 0? Probably not on 1. There's a lot of people on track that may have invalidated at turn 1. And there's a red helmet there. Presumably Titan's paying tribute to Niki Lauda.
I think Mortara might be coming around to finish a lap. On the medium tyres as well. Gets a good exit out of the final corner. A little touch of a slide, but not too much. And does a slightly faster 13.3. Basically nothing in it.
Oh. Was a bit wide on turn 1 now. Let's have a look at Atlantis. Feel like he might be onto something.
He's still pushing, so he hasn't invalidated through turn 1, which is very easy to do around here. Ooh, bit deep into the hairpin, but a good exit, nevertheless.
Okay. Hey Sarah, how you doing?
Oh, I haven't got the chat open, but hey Sarah.
I have no idea, Ben. I just work here, mate. I don't know what tier it is.
This is tier 4.
It's one of them. 4? Yeah, I knew it was 4, but I didn't want to say in case I was wrong.
Yeah, it's tier 4. They put it all in the tweets and stuff. So if you're following the Twitter,
yes, they do.
You would know.
Follow ILR on Twitter. To be fair, I didn't know what ILR was today. Bless him.
Ah.
Anyway, this has been a pretty solid lap from Atlantis. We've looked
a couple scruffy
slightly
moments,
wide.
Like that final corner.
Cost him a little bit, 13.4.
Ooh,
13.0. That's a solid,
yeah.
There we go.
That's a very solid medium run.
Dark Wolves on the Ultras is now in Sector 3, so we'll see what he does on the Ultras. Might not be the smartest thing to do this early in the session, but we'll see. Don't know how much fuel he has or if he's really going for it, but
an 11.9.
Oh, he's definitely on it.
That's an okay lap actually. That's I don't see
Thunder
that
does a
being
13.4 on the mediums. Let's have a look at KG Fuzzball. There we go. I look forward to Friday, so I can say that. KG Fuzzball.
Bit of a lock-up, but still gets into that turn nice. As you come through the final couple of corners, which are real tricky, understeer, and then oversteer,
that's horrendous.
That's really not a very good exit. I think he invalidated actually. Okay.
It's a 15 invalidated. Fair enough. Oh, that's in the wall. And that's the end of KG Fuzzball.
Fuzzball's qualifying over. It looks like he needs to make some adjustments
Titan
to set up there.
On the mediums, 13.3 again. There's a lot of 13.3s on the mediums, or 13.4s. The 13's a very popular time for the medium runners, but Outdoors Gamers is very good there on the mediums. Let's have a look at TJ on the softs, who's just into turn 1. Seems to have kept it on the track. Send me a message later, Ben, and I'll forward you to the relevant people if you want to join.
Yep, right. TJ coming up to the tricky hairpin. He's an 8th gear guy.
He is.
Like one question answered here. As he breaks down into second. Actually, looks like that's a very good line.
Oh, there's a Ferrari in the wall. I don't know who it is. There's a Ferrari in the wall. Is it Dragon? Or is it Atlantis?
I don't know, but Denzel's retired, so has there been a thing there?
It was Atlantis in the wall. Because Dragon is about to cross the line to start a lap.
Interesting. Like I say, Denzel's also out, so I wonder if there was a little bit of a thing there, or whether it was just separate scenarios. But TJ looking good on this lap.
We'll find out, I guess, at some point. If we go on the race director, we'll see if it's permanent damage, terminal damage. 12.5 on the soft. First real soft time we've seen today, so
yeah, I want to say that's decent.
Tell me a lot.
6/10 off of Dark Wolves is not
Seems
bad.
Fine. Seems fine. That could tell people like Andrew or Craig Connolly or people around that area. Let's put the softs on, but we know Craig's good at being consistent in the race, so he's not really too bothered at this point what he does in qualifying. As long as he doesn't start last, he should be able to move forward with fresh tyres, which he usually does. Now JJ Rocks is in the recurrent on a lap. Doesn't seem to have validated a turn 1, so that's a bonus. He seems to be an 8th gear guy.
I think we'll see a lot of 8th gear guys run this track. It's a bit, I think it definitely slows you down keeping it in 7th. That's the way I feel, but you know, I prefer the top speed over the little bit extra braking into the hairpin, but he seems to have taken it nicely nevertheless. And a couple following corners as well through this tricky corner. A slight little lift, pretty much nails that exit.
Yeah, I always get nervous at the end of that Sector 2 into Sector 3. I think they're going to crash into the wall every time when they touch that white line. I'm like, oh no! I'm always like tense, but so far no one's actually done what I did. And just gone straight on there because they're dicking about with the MFD. Anyway, this lap looks pretty good. If it's valid, it's a 12.9.
Yep, 12.9 is a very solid time.
Ados is back out there, trying to warm the tyres, look, as he comes into the stadium, or grandstand section, as I believe they call it. I miss grandstand. What a show that was on BBC. They should bring that back, damn it. And for those of you watching in black and white, why are you doing that? We have full internet now.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's...
Did he just absolutely nail turn 1 there, or is he... No, he's
ruined
it.
From what I saw is, I think he's corner cut. And then run 1.
Yeah, he has as the Mo 0, yeah.
So...
Atlantis now.
He did try...
Sector 3, on an outlap.
Yeah. As Atlantis is on his outlap, that's what...
And his Ferrari teammate has just started a lap. Turn 1 seems to be nailed.
Seems like
Mode 4 ERS is okay.
Slight lock up. A little bit of a twitch. And he is taking every single rev out of each and every one of these gears.
8th gear, yeah. into the hairpin, quickly down into second. Nice line.
Ooh,
Dark Wolf goes 11-3.
Again.
There we go. We know his strategy for the race.
Yep, that's pretty much committing to a two-stop. Like I say, can work if you believe that you're faster on the two-stop.
Yeah. It's one of those tracks where there's no defined quicker strategy between one or two.
It's whichever you're quicker with.
Yes, exactly. Some drivers are quicker with one, some are quicker with two. It's absolutely madness how it works out, but if you get stuck behind someone on a one and you're on a two, then yeah, good luck, mate. It's your problem. Anyhow, as Dragon is about to cross the line, flies up to third with a 12-7.
The issue he's going to have here, I have just realised, with Dragon, is he's done 3 laps on those tyres.
Yeah, maybe he'll come back out on another set of something, just to go quicker, slightly. Maybe he'll pull a U tactic and just go fractionally quicker on a slightly quicker tyre, just to have better tyres for the race. I don't know. We'll see what he does.
Oh, maybe.
As Dom Thunder backed off there as he crossed the line. I don't think he really wants to start on... I don't know, maybe invalidated or something, but anyway. He's on a lap now, for real. These camera angles are so slow, Cody's. Thank you. Around the hairpin. Nice line.
Slightly wide through the hairpin. It's slightly wide, but doesn't cost him too much. Into this tricky braking zone, you want to touch that apex, nice. You can run it a little bit wider on exit, but he seems to have been... He's kept it absolutely flat through there, he hasn't even lifted.
Wow. First time I've seen that all day. Commitment.
It looks like he's got a good setup for corners at the moment.
Absolutely.
As he's coming around the final corner,
at the fence.
Again, absolutely no understeer. He's really got the handling down on this car as he comes across the line to 9th.
13-2. I thought he'd be a little quicker than that, but that's still a solid enough time, I guess. It looked like he was going to be on about third in the grid there, 12.5 kind of time, even though he is on the mediums. I thought he was going to be further up, maybe 12.7 or something like that, possibly, for fourth. But anyway. Words. AMG Kosher. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of him this season, since we've been in the box.
Yeah, I think he's had a few camera moments. I don't think many of them have been brilliant,
memorable,
though.
For the right reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe facing in a wall or something, but anyway, let's hope we can give him some camera luck as he goes across the line. For some time, that's 13.9, that's not great, but never mind, he'll go again.
Really, yeah. He might go again, but I'm pretty sure he's out of fuel.
Well, no, he won't. I think he's invalidated.
I think he's out of fuel as well, so...
No,
I don't know, actually.
The fuel light is not on my screen.
It was on mine, so I don't know. But
he's on mode 0, so I don't know. Only DTM is warming the tyres up. Warming those mediums, which you probably need to do. Let's have a look at Barry, who's on the softs, trying to get into the top 10. As are all the drivers, to be fair, but it doesn't necessarily matter with your quali at this point, as opposed to leagues that run full quali. Ferrari gets nicely out. I think it's a Ferrari. It gets nicely out the way in sector 3.
Dragon right now. He's up into second, which is a good position.
Okay.
But 4 laps on those tyres.
Ooh. I'll adjust that in a minute. 13.1 for Barry. Yeah, that was valid. I didn't know if he managed to hold it around the final corner. He went a bit wide, but it counted as a time. But yeah, Dragon in the pits now. Surely that's a lap too late. Maybe he just doesn't really... Maybe he's planning to go an aggressive undercut, or he's going to go aggressive too. I don't know at this point. Dark Wolves leaves the way, who's on a lap now, or shortly about to be anyway. As he just crosses the line now to start another flying lap.
So we'll see turn 1 as he leads in 8. I'm sorry, what?
What the hell did he just do there?
Okay.
Is this pad hacks or something?
That's a brilliant turn 1. I was not expecting an 8th gear turn 1. Maybe that's a technique I'm going to have to look into at the future. But
I think I'll borrow that technique if it works for him.
Yeah, so coming down to the hairpin. He does use
Yeah,
second round
Dragon
there.
retires. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Dragon AMS Andrew also retires in the pit lane.
Yeah, Andrew put himself into second before he
I
retired,
hope.
so it's a good attempt.
Yeah, Dark Wolf's still on this. Ray Conley retires from 10th. Solid qualifying for him. Managed to set a 13.2 on the softs in the end, I think.
We might see him push down a little bit,
Yes, he
but
did.
as you say, on the fresh tyres...
Yeah, he's down to 11th as you say that.
On the
Dark
fresh
Wolf
tyres,
comes out, though.
he can do some work, so that's good. DTM retired in 6th, sorry, so...
Look at this,
look
at this commitment. Dark Wolves is going to smash his own lap here.
Absolutely
No,
mad.
he
Oh,
didn't.
he's actually slightly slower.
He's slower? How's that
He's
possible?
7th for turn 1, that's... Oh, he invalidated. Never mind.
Well, never mind. Couldn't take the pressure. Anyway, Tay's Toxics. That's tricky to say. Tell you what isn't tricky to say. Tree.
Tree.
Anyhow.
Yes.
Another tree.
Many trees. The
All
Toxics
the
has managed to
trees.
avoid and is into the far sector.
I would hope he's not hitting trees.
Oh, yeah. I think we would all hope that.
If you have,
Right again.
you've got a little lost. Well, that's not surprising. If you can hit a tree on this game, it would be Cody's game. You could do that on. Anyway, Taze goes across the line with a 12.4. That puts him third.
That's a good starting
8 tenths
position.
quicker. It's a good improvement. And those tyres are really relatively fresh, so he could have the advantage in the race.
Yep.
Someone did something.
As Gamer
Someone
actually
improved.
improves to third.
Yeah, there we go. JJ Rocks
On
goes
one lap
fourth.
old soft, so that's very good. Yep, JJ is same, fourth, 1 lap old. So Dragon
Atlantis is on a
slowly
lap.
pushed down here on his 4 lap old
Yeah,
tyres.
as you mentioned Dragon. And look at his teammate again. Can he break 205? Yes, he can. 205 miles an hour into the hairpin. Down to 38. The G-forces must be incredible on their virtual selves.
Yep, TJ also improved up to 4th on the set of softs.
Nice laps. 12 threes. Wow. I can't read numbers.
Yes, Mortara up into 2nd on an 11.9
Wow,
on those
that's solid.
softs.
Didn't expect
That's
that. Didn't know he was on a lap.
That's a very good lap.
Yeah, he improved from 11th to 2nd. He improved by a second. Believe it or not. He did a 12.912 before.
Atlantis goes into
So
7th on that final lap. That
Game
pushes
is not
Dragon
on a
back
lap,
to 10th,
let's-
but Dragon still has to start on those tyres.
Yeah, I think he was hoping that someone like Titan or Thunder would knock him down into 11th or something, but anyway, never mind. Taze in the pit lane. Addos is on a lap. No, he's not. There's a lot of bodywork flying from the AI cars because they're incompetent. Artificial incompetence is what I call it, not artificial intelligence.
Yeah, they are definitely incompetent.
I just have to clarify that in case we get people in the chat. Oh, drivers are not incompetent. You try driving. I have. I wasn't good at it. That's why I'm in the box. Anyway, more about that later. Now that is the end of qualifying. And when we get the screen up, I will let you dictate whichever way around you want to do it.
I forgot I did
four-car
this
train,
bit for a
losing
second then.
bodywork.
Right, I'm gonna go. Back
See
to
you on
front
about.
like I always do. Right, when it comes up, I'm going to do this
That
very
helps.
quickly though. 18 drivers in what is probably going to be 30
Yeah.
seconds.
We'll
Alright,
start now. Go.
going down to the bottom of the list. Hang on. Right, so KG Fuzzball and then Denzel both not setting lap times. Then you have Kosher in 16th, Craig just ahead of him, DTM 14th, Barry 13th, Thunder in 12th, Prime in 11th. Right then, top 10 very quickly. Dragon, Toxics, DXNP, I don't know how you want to pronounce his name, Atlantis, JJ Rocks, Mr. TJ, Gamer, Andrew, Mortara, and Dark Wolves. And look at that, all of that with 5 seconds to spare. Woo!
Wow. This is almost like a race rundown.
I don't think I could do it that quickly.
And you only get one take for this. Anyway, yeah, so it's interesting to see what kind of strategies they'll use. It looks like a dry start to the race, so that's good news for everybody. I don't expect there to be much rain, otherwise everyone would have been out on the ultras. I think in qualifying session. I was going to say Q2, but we don't have Q2.
Don't have Q2, it's just short qualifying.
Silly boy. God, who put me
Have
in
a
this
quick drink
commentary
before
box?
we get
What a
going,
mistake they made.
otherwise I might die.
Well, we certainly don't want you to doing that.
Ah, right.
Hello, chat. Thank you for being there. Hope you're having fun in there. If not, I'm sorry. Is there anything we could do as they ready up quickly?
Yep, so not much time for them
so yeah.
to get their strategy set.
Nope. As we look at the front nose cones of a Mercedes, a Ferrari and a Red Bull, with a Force India in the background, and then there's plenty others further down, but you can't really make out what team they are.
So from race director before pre-race, we only have 3 drivers starting on the mediums. You've got Prime, Barry, and DTM. We'll see if this changes on these menus. No, a few more
4
people
or
did do
5.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you still got Prime,
got that
Barry,
in,
DTM.
yeah.
Craig also on the mediums, so he's looking to do what he normally does: fresh set, go long, be faster at the end. He's always done very well at doing that. And Denzel, who doesn't have a deal. I know there he does.
That's
helpful. He does take back. Don't worry, but he is on the mediums as well.
Only DTM has dropped to the back of the pack. I think he's trying something with his car, just make sure it's okay. We'll start 12th, 14th, obviously. Anyway, we'll move on to Barry, who's on the mediums as well, as you probably mentioned, and all the outside the top 10. Pretty much have gone an even split between mediums and soft, maybe one more medium to soft. And then you've got top 10 as they were. Dark Wolf's blisteringly quick on those ultras. The ZDXMP, I don't know what the hell to call him in the race, that's difficult to say at speed. We'll just call him Letters or something, I don't know.
I like that, Letters. We're going to stick with Letters.
Yep, we have to now, we've said it. Right, Letters is in 8th on the ultras as well. And then the rest of the top 8, apart from Dark Wolves, are on the softs. So, it's not as strategic as I might expect, but there's still a lot of strategy going on, especially in the mid-pack and lower field.
Yeah. Let's point out, not much backing up happening right now, so these front runners are going to be sat on the grid for a while.
KG Fuzzball is right at the back. KG Fuzzball didn't have a good qualifying, just couldn't set a lap. And is now about to grid up about an hour after everyone else. So that's a good job for him.
Actually, there was a... Is that a car behind him? Oh, I don't even know anymore.
Yes, it is. It's DTM is out of sequence.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but anyway, he's just stayed at the back. But, that would be awkward in real F1. He wouldn't be able to do that because he can't go through cars. Anyway, the lights are on.
So we're at 5 red lights.
Someone's got a break because all the lights are out again. Lots of wheel spin.
Start from Wolves.
Great start for Dark. Dara
Yeah,
sits behind. AMS Andrew also behind. And let's have a look at the back, see if there's any incidents. Doesn't look like any. Everyone looks clean through turn 1 into the hairpin. Could be a problem area on lap 1 as there goes some body work. I'm not sure whose that is. And there's a Force India going down the inside. And that's mental. There's body work all over the road, and this is getting silly now. Already, there's been contact at 2 corners for several cars, and Craig, I don't know if he's involved. He's gone backwards, so he might well be.
The inside of Wolves in the hairpin. Couldn't quite make the move stick though.
Yeah, couldn't get it moved, but couldn't get it moved. Oh, holy hell! There's only one lap in, and I can't even say that right. Jeez.
Ah, dear. Right.
Words are so difficult.
Expecting Wolves to start putting a bit of a gap now. Now that he's definitely in front, all he's got to do is get some momentum on those tyres. In fact, where's the other option?
JJ Rocks is all over the back.
See, Letters has dropped some positions.
He's gone down to 12. Letters is down to 12, yeah. I think he may have had small contact in the midfield. There was a lot of cars, not sideways, but there's a lot of cars jostling for position, and I think he may have been caught up in it. We will check. As Letters doesn't pit, so clearly not.
No,
Or
KG
maybe
Fuzz
he
lost
has,
a
I don't
couple
know.
positions there in that final sector. He was up 7 and now he's
Dragon
up
was one of
5.
those cars. Dawn Thunder is another one. Craig Conley was not caught up in the incident, which I thought he might have been at first glance, but never mind. Mediums for Dragon and Thunder. Letters is now struggling to keep positions. He's on the grass there, the exit of turn 2, or is it 3? And KG Fuzzball goes through as well. So Letters down to P13. Not great considering he's on
Yeah,
ultras.
he's going to have a look back though. He's going to be late on the brakes.
There's a lot of... Wow, KG Fuzzball gave him a lot of room there.
Yeah, we gave him a lot of room. JJ Rocks up ahead in 4th, all over the back of Andrew.
Yeah, that's been building for about... Since the beginning of the race, he's been trying to get close enough to do a move, but he hasn't actually managed to do it. There's the... Martera's teammate JJ gets very out of shape there. But he's okay. Will cost him some time though.
It will. I have to say, Wolves up ahead, not pulling as quick as I thought he might do. In fact, Mortara proving that point to me, setting the fastest lap. Yep. So really sticking to the back of him.
DRS enabled, so this is where it could get interesting for several of the guys. And KG Fuzzball is backwards. Yep.
I think JJ Rocks is in a best position here to make a move on Andrew if he can get a good exit. It's not perfect.
Game is not close enough to come back at JJ, so it's JJ versus Andrew into the hairpin.
Yep, I'm not
Doesn't sound
sure
like
he's
a
going to be
one to
close
watch.
enough.
He's got to try it.
He's very late on the brakes.
He's got more... Oh, he had more braking speed, but a little bit too much brakes, so he didn't get the move done. Andrew holds him off, but he hasn't given up yet, and this cannot end well.
I don't know, you can
side
go
by
to
side.
let's get the penalty. JJ's
You well know you can go
wide
to
off the track, but that was fair.
Oh, that's not gone well. It's not the ideal line, but Atlantis behind copies him. The turbulent air for some of these guys must be horrendous about now.
Yeah, I think
if you're like
TJ's in a
7th or 8th, you're going to be in problems.
Yeah, 7th is in. I mean, Atlantis won't be feeling it as much, but TJ, for example, he's right on the back of Toxic, who's then near enough right on the back of Gamer, who is
Williams in the
pretty much right on the back of JJ,
Toxic.
who's right on the back of Andrew. Andrew.
And then Barry in the background there, you can see going around the final corner as well. There's a brilliant shot. Camera angle is on point. For once.
Yep, I think we could
at the right car.
We could see a little bit of a train forming here, a bit like if anyone's seen it, the Formula E Monaco race where there was a massive train in that, we might see that form.
Well, that's a train, yes. JJ's going to go for it again. Andrew goes slightly defensive, then goes... Oh, you can't move like that. That's a little bit too much movement. That's too much movement, sir. Please don't do that again.
Oh, Gamer could get a double overtake here. He's managed to get past JJ because of that whole scenario. Oh, he's got a first penalty being forced to cut there. Oh, JJ's down the inside.
Oh, now he's gone for the switch back. That's grass. Won't like that.
He's going to have to hold it all the way around the outside. He manages to do it.
I think he's
still on the outside for here.
Not there. Yeah. Oh, my lord.
They've kept that clean, so that's good driving by the both of them, as now they're both going to be under pressure again here by Toxics and Mr. TJ, who are right on the rear end of these
sideways
two now.
moment there for JJ Rocks. He's giving up the speed, but I think he sort of forged his car around really. There's nothing wrong with that, but as long as they all don't start moving the braking zone, we're going to have a good race here.
Yeah.
I think it was Andrew who did that, but yeah.
Oh, Dark Wolves into the pits.
Sure if.
Yeah,
it's probably the best thing to do.
Ultra's already dead for him, so he's got a lot of work to do this race.
Long race for him. 2-stop confirmed.
Oh, here we go. Right,
as it was anyway.
Interesting going into the hairpin. A lot of people are going to have DRS. As there's several moves happening. I don't know which one to say.
I don't know which one to look at either. I'm just pressing buttons and no one makes an overtake, so we didn't miss a thing. That's rare we say that. Andrew is just driving off into the distance from this battle, so we won't look at him. Montaro's just controlling the race for now. Blue flags everywhere already for Dragon. Miserable race for him so far. Craig Connolly's not... I mean, Craig Connolly's made a stop early as well for some reason I didn't see. Down in 17th, not the usual come through the field drive we're used to seeing from him.
I have to say,
Let's...
if you go on board with Gamer, you get an amazing shot through some of these corners.
Look at that. Wow. That's got to be the thumbnail. That has to be the thumbnail.
Well, Gamer and JJ putting a little bit of a gap to these guys
It's gone
behind,
with
so
TJ.
this battle's now
As he'll
between...
get DRS on Taze.
Yeah, Taze and Toxic,
Opens
is what
it.
I'm gonna call him.
Opens the flap
He gets
very
DRS.
nicely.
TJ is going to have to
Gets
go
it
all the way around
done
the
pretty
outside of the hairpin. Right?
way. Will Toxic try it back into the brakes? Yes, he will.
He will.
And actually, I think he's pulled it off as well.
I think he has
Given
TJ
each other
was in the position
space.
to get
Has
cut
he?
back.
Oh, no, just the grunt of that Toro Rosso is better than
TJ
Williams.
gets a little bit of a better run, but now Atlantis is having a look
Atlantis.
at Toxic. So, he thinks better of it into this corner though.
Yeah, I mean, DTM right behind Atlantis as well, so this battle could be anyone's at this point. Dragon, there we go, with a 3-second penalty. Feels wrong to call them that, but never mind.
Yeah, he's at the back
Naughty
anyway,
edging.
so his is just going to be survival and hope others have issues this race, or maybe a safety car. But although he's been lapped, I think, already, hasn't he? So.
Yeah. He's just keeping out of the way for now, and maybe he'll try and unlap himself later somehow, even though it's not possible, but you know what I mean. If the safety car comes out, he's in trouble, but never mind.
So, yeah, these gaps open up again. Toxic's got within
DTM
the
on
one
the back of
second of
Atlantis
TJ
on the back
again.
of Tactics.
Actually, have to say these gaps are suddenly dropping again. Actually, as Andrew no longer has that gap.
Atlantis goes for the move. Looks a bit late to get that done. A little bit of contact, but I don't think you could. Oh my lord! No. 3 wide.
Yep. DTM getting
Please
past
stop
Atlantis, and now also having a look at Toxic. They're still side by
DTM gets it done.
side. Beautifully done there by DTM. Really landing his car up to make that move count.
Atlantis
I don't know
gets
where to
out of
go.
the turbulent air to try and get the corner. Oh, this is.
on the inside. He really wants this manoeuvre done, but too wide for these corners is dangerous. Yep, there we go. He's at the back out of that one.
Someone saw sense and got out of it. Whether it was intentional or not. Oh, not into turn 1, please. Not into
Has
turn 1,
DRS.
please.
This is where he just needs to line himself up. Realistically, use his DRS to get right on the rear of him, so that coming into the hairpin, he has the ultimate line. But he seems to have lost a little bit of time there, actually, through that DRS zone, which is interesting.
He has, but he seems to have gained a little back, but won't be enough, as Toxics also has DRS in front of him, so that will neutralise anything that Atlantis is doing. But lines
Although
like that are
saying
not
that,
going to help
Atlantis has
Toxics
amazing
leave the
straight line
place.
speed on him.
And
Down
JJ rocks with a
inside of
3-second
Toxic,
naughty.
wanted to
There
cut back.
we go. Toxic
He can get
tries
Now
it, but
Toxic
doesn't get it
he's
done.
also
Dragon.
under threat. No, that's
Dragon's
Dragon.
unlapping
Anyway,
himself.
never mind.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Ignoring a blue
You got
flag.
5 seconds to go for ignoring blue
Oh,
flag,
well,
so
that's-
he's just back out of that one.
That's the risk you take as a... Oh dear, that's really not helpful to anyone! Whew.
Well, I guess Dragon kind of helped his
Tell you
teammate
what.
out a little bit there. He gave his teammate a little bit of a gap to breathe.
He did, yeah.
As JJ's looking around the outside, was it JJ? Yeah, JJ was having a look around the outside of the final couple of corners. He's actually got a better run coming in.
Finally
turn
gets it
1.
done down the straight, though.
I feel like Gamer gave that one up a little bit. He just realised he didn't quite have the grip to fight it for a minute.
Yeah.
As he's now under threat for TJ
Yeah,
as
I mean,
well.
that's smart, really. He will be under threat, but it's smart to give up the position if you're offline or something. You just know that... Oh, he moved a little bit there. That's cheeky.
TJ is going to have an amazing run.
He's moving
here, though.
again. Dragon's in trouble here. Dragon
Yeah, if
keeps
he's not
ignoring blue
careful, he's going
flags.
to get disqualified. And nobody really wants to be doing that. And there is an
No.
amazing little battle here between Gamer and TJ. Just neither of them wanting to give up this what would be full place.
This is an amazing battle already, as you say, and I'm not really sure which way it's going to go yet. It could go anyone. And there's another 20 odd laps to find out. Great stuff. Letters is down in 16th just because he's having a shocking race so far, but he could always change.
Oh, didn't notice it, but Toxic's pitted.
Did he? Oh, okay, fair enough.
What
Oh yeah, softs. I don't know, but he's on softs now, so we'll see what he does. I think he may be 2-stop confirmed.
An interesting piece of information.
Maybe he had damage that we didn't see, I don't know.
The game's not telling me a second set of tyres, it's just saying softs, so...
Oh,
I'm going to assume he
well
went
done,
for
game.
another set of softs.
He must have done, yeah.
Oh, it's TJ
Well, that's
Gamer
a wide
again.
line for TJ. That's a very wide line. I feel like one of them's going to
have the inside here.
Banging into there. A minute, JJ. No, can't quite get that done. I'm looking at the wrong things all the time. I'll stop overtaking at the same corner.
Yeah,
Impossible to
TJ
keep up.
had a little bit of a touch on Gamer, but it didn't really affect either of them. It was more wheel rubbing than anything. But I have to say, great battle in between.
That's
those
a
two
late
so far.
move. Come on, JJ. That's a very late move. It was never going to pass there.
either.
The door was closing. Come on, sir. Use your common sense, boy.
Where he's going to have to line himself up here. You never really want to make a move into the final sector because it puts you under threat for this first and second sector. So
Just an excuse to say, Casey Fuzzball has a penalty. And now I can live happy again that I got to say Casey Fuzzball in the race and is not in a wall.
yeah, JJ here in
Yay!
a great position to make a move on Andrew into the hairpin with TJ not far behind him.
Goes defensive. I think he's given up the move already, to be fair to him. And there's another car, hang on.
Hang on, TJ's going to get him as well.
Oh!
No,
Oh dear, this is all
better on
going
the rail though, TJ's still
wrong.
there. Who's going to get the better exit?
DTM.
Oh, Andrew gets the better exit and is now following JJ. TJ's going to have to just stick on the back of him and have a look on the next lap, I think, is the best idea here.
Dragon's in trouble here.
Yeah, that's 3 of those penalties. I'd imagine he's getting very close to
There's
disqualification,
one
but
more
again,
and you in the bin.
one more and you might as well just give up if it doesn't disqualify him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe he already has given up and he's trying to get disqualified, so don't have to, but never mind. We'll talk later, I guess. But at this point, I don't know where to look.
I don't know where to look,
cars
because again, this train
going for moves
started falling again.
everywhere. 2 Ferraris at the back of it as well. As Matara, the early race leader, pits. Let's see what he comes out on. If it's okay, 2-stop confirmed. Interesting. I was going to save his mediums 1-stop, but anything else is 2-stop confirmed, and it just switched to softs as I was saying that. Comes out in the points though, I think. So it's a good stint for him.
Yeah, Denzel will be looking at the back of him, but on this fresh set tyres, he should be able to just put away from Denzel, so...
Oh, 3-car battle, here we go.
Andrew having a look at JJ again. Oh my. Oh, he's not around the outside. JJ says, but TJ comes diving down the inside.
Dark Wolves, where have you come from? I'm looking at a completely different battle at the moment.
Oh,
this is not fair.
TJ absolutely dived down the inside of Andrew when Andrew tried to go around the outside of JJ, and that slotted Andrew in position.
Yeah, I was just looking at the progress of early leader, to be fair, see how he's getting on, getting through the lap, well, not lap cars, but the backfield, where he is. So. Right out.
What strategy is he going to go for? Let's find out. I think he's getting
he's
caught up in traffic, so this is a good idea. Looks like
another mediums,
yep.
I think.
So he's the 1-stopper. He is coming out behind
interesting.
and Dark Wolves as well
See the fight.
Denzel, but he's not too far behind these guys considering they're going to have to hit again.
Exactly, I was going to say, he doesn't have to pit again unless someone hits him, but other than that, he should go to the end, and that should catapult him up the leaderboard in the later stage of the race, whereas everyone else will be pitting again and could lose massive time in doing so. DTM is going for a look behind Ados Gamers. Let's have a look how that looks from on board Gamers, in fact, as he's closer to Andrew and JJ.
Point, I'm expecting these front 3 to now pit as well. I don't think
one of them will stay out. I'd be surprised if all three come in, but I think one will stay out, but definitely two will come in. I think they're all going to try and play the opposite game.
I'd say I'm getting an absolutely
Could
beautiful helicopter cam right there.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, there we go. One goes in. Two go in. Three go in. A lot of people are in the pit lane. Only DTM now leads the race on the medium tyres. And still has some distance to go on this stint.
Interesting to see where these three that
Barry
were
on
come
mediums
out.
and third.
They were all being passed by the two that pitted early, but they're getting out of the pit. It looks
8
like
to 12 real estate area. That could be problems. We have to look at this. JJ out just in front of TJ. Although deep into with cold tyres, that's gonna TJ go straight through because he's got the warmer tyres. JJ just didn't have the tyre temperature to get that move done.
but JJ's going to have DRS.
And that's Toxics in a wall. Not sure what happened there, but he's doing donuts on the side of the road. Unlucky. Stop for him.
We're both moving a lot, but JJ down the inside. I think that's going to have that move stuck, although TJ's trying to stick it on the outside while off the track. Interesting.
Scared now. Please stop it. He can't go too wide through there. It's impossible.
There's no way JJ can hold this around the outside here. He's going to have to get this position up, surely.
Thank God for that. It's just too wide around there. It's never going to work.
That was a bit of a heart attack moment.
Yeah.
As Mortar is now catching Barry, who hasn't hit it yet, so this should be easy for Mortar.
Oh, that's a bit of grass there. That's going to ruin his exit. And that is TJ in 8th.
That's a big risk.
Please don't do that.
Current, what is essentially the leader of the race.
Yeah, the net leader, yeah.
Oh, right.
I was just,
As I say, but she's still going on those soft tyres that he started on. 14 laps. That's a long way into this race at this point, and I'm kind of surprised.
It is a long stint. I'm assuming he's going to go for mediums. Otherwise, what's the point? Toxics in again after his incident in the wall. Goes for ultras.
Yeah,
this is a horrible race for him. Maybe he's given up.
I think he's going to go for fastest lap and then just chuck him a set or whatever. And I think that's his plan right now.
At least he can comfort himself knowing that he's not last. It's unfortunate for Dragon, but in a moment he will be last, because I'm sure if you any more blue flag penalties, he's going to be disqualified, as Kosha has a moment and gives me a heart attack. There you are, he's been very aggressive with his turning, but he's finally going to say enough of this, I'm going in the pits. I think that moment scared him into it, to be fair. Not sure he had the plan to do that, but we'll see where that brings him out and on what tyres. I'm assuming mediums, but I've been wrong before.
Yeah, I would, as you say, assume the mediums. Looks like
and I am right. Let's find a battle. JJ Rocks seems to be in all the battles today.
Yeah, I think it's
plenty of time for the McLaren and Toro Rosso and TJ.
Andrew,
have a look at that one because that seems quicker. DRS.
Yeah, Andrew should have this easy, but Gamer will have the inside if he can keep his car there and he can brake late. So he decides to slide behind for now.
Not going to go well if you go for a move at that late notice. But yeah, no harm done on that occasion, as they all get round again. So that's good.
Right,
16 laps gone.
Yeah, one more lap and we'll be halfway through this race, and we've had no retiments. This is impressive.
You say that.
Yeah, I know. I've just
Letters is losing
that was
positions.
the point.
My job. You just want a safety car, don't you?
Safety car would be fantastic right now. Imagine what that would do to this race. Whew.
Now, it's just JJ Rocks, I think, is the closest battle we've got right now still, and Andrew behind him. I think we have to look at this 3-car battle here. 7th position. Gamers is not close enough to do anything, in though he's within DRS window, but he's not going to pick up over half a second down that straight.
No, not while
Andrew goes for the move half-heartedly
a bit of a late move down
on
the inside,
the grass.
gets a 3-second penalty for it.
Yeah, can't really argue with that.
Mistake, can't argue that. That's fair enough. Don't think he'll be too upset with that. I think this is the closest thing. Mortara's catching Prime.
That's a great exit though, but you can't get through in this corner. Such as the racing line, you can't go down there. Other corners you could get away with it, but that's the wrong time to get the perfect exit. But it does line up a potential move into the hairpin or the other corner before that. But not with an exit like that. He's just dropped all the way back again. Let's have a look at TJ and Denzel there in 7th and 6th position respectively. It looks like TJ could get the move done into the hairpin. Or whatever the corner is that we're coming up to. I can't remember. But whatever it is.
The hairpin.
I think it's the hairpin, yeah. I keep remembering the old layout in my head and yeah.
Yeah, this DRS should be easily done.
Denzel back on the brakes though. Doesn't give it up the move easy, but yeah, he's done that. And he's been tagged from the rear.
Yeah.
Don't reverse on track. There's cars coming. Yeah. Atlantis is through into 10th. Unlucky. Didn't see what happened, but either got tagged from behind or lost the rear.
So I'd imagine we're going to see him into the pits for definite now. Repair that front wing, chuck on a set of softs, and attempt to make it.
I don't think he touched the wall. I think he kept it out of the wall, so I don't think he's got wing damage. He did get his stop before the wall, and I think he's ruined the tyres, so we'll be in anyway, but I don't think he needs a front wing, so JJ is on the grass.
Might be right. Yep, so Sank's up in there with JJ.
Don't know what track he's driving at the moment, but it's not the right one.
Dark Ball's in for his second stop now.
Denzel in, Atlantis not in. Four lap old mediums could be going to the end, probably. Most of these mediums might be going to the end, but Barry and Titan will pit in shortly along with DTM.
That can't be right.
Okay.
There's no way Dark Balls has gone up to a set of ultras at this point. What?
That's what he's done. Maybe he's just not thinking. Maybe he wants to do 5 stops. I don't know. Whatever he's doing. As Toxics gets a 3-second penalty there for illegal use of the track. And it's raining.
Oh!
Is it? I saw rain on the car, and now it's gone again.
It is raining. It is definitely raining. You are correct.
It is raining again. Yes. I'm confused. It stopped raining again for a second, but it is raining. Maybe that's why he's gone ultras.
Maybe.
Now. Here's the thing though. Was this rain scheduled?
I don't know.
Because I think
what I can tell you,
if it was, a lot more would have tried to start on soft, surely. Oh, TJ's coming in. That's way too early. I mean, that's way too early. Unless you got it ultras. We'll have a look at people. The people that are going to be nervous as hell right now are Titan, Barry, and only DTM, who are on pretty knackered medium tyres.
Way too early.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, unlucky there. You've made the wrong call, TJ.
I'm wondering whether these guys... I'm wondering if it was scheduled, because these guys on the mediums... are in front of Dark Balls.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know, it might actually be time for inters. Some of these guys are really struggling.
I would really... I mean, everyone's going on inters, but... it's not even wet. AJ Fuzzball struggling to get it stopped in the pit lane.
I'll tell you this, as it is one of my favourite tracks, and it's not quite the same as this is real life. We'll ignore the fact that Bottle Job crashed into a wall because of it. But rain around here...
Talking of Bottle Job, Dragon is at that corner now. Sorry, carry on.
Rain around here, it may not be wet,
Tell you what,
but it really hurts. This is one of those tracks where rain kills you so badly.
It's going to be a fantastic go-kart race, but this is Formula 1 racing on a game, and they're all going on inters. Which
yeah, there's no grip. I'm watching Gamer, who's only on 6-lap old medium, and he is got nothing in those
Andrew,
medium tyres.
Everyone, I may take back what I said. Oh my god, Atlantis has no grip at all.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this puts only DTM in a very good position now.
It does, yeah. I feel actually a little bad, but sorry TJ, you might have called it absolutely perfectly and I'm an idiot. Sorry sir.
here he, as you say, he may have actually caught this perfectly, and he's going to have these tyres a lot older, but these Inters always just get better and better the longer you're on it, like, to a certain extent.
See, now it's actually proper raining. It wasn't when he went in, so that's why I was confused as to the call. But he's got a position. He's now in third. DTM just has no fight yet. Now breaking into the hairpin is going to be a lot more tricky. There's not going to be as many moves into there, I don't think, given the conditions. Dragon's still in the race apparently, but surely he's not many warning away for nearing disqualification.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be near at this point. I thought he was near earlier on, but...
Has Michael taken his account?
Do you know Michael has taken his account? Well, then he's living up to his name.
I don't see him online, so I mean I can't check. But let's have a look at what's going on. JJ Rocks is sliding about all over the place, not happy on these intermediate tyres. Atlantis is going to pick him off for a move, although he gets oversteered and nearly goes in the wall himself. And no way can you go too wide in the rain through there, sir. Don't. And JJ's in the gravel. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's really not having a fun time.
Really didn't adjust his front aero, did he?
As KJ got past only DTM, but he hasn't dropped him. I think only DTM's now got those tyres where he wants them, and he can.
Yeah.
He can start thinking about getting himself back on that podium position, which I have to say would be a spectacular result after where he started.
Oh, it absolutely would be, yeah. Great first stint always helps pave the way in the case of an instant or rain in this case.
What is going on? I was Dragon moving out of the way for a second and I thought he was making a move. Oh! As Toxic retires. He is our first retiree.
Didn't see that happening, don't know where that happened. Never going to find out. Because Dragon is way too far behind to find out where it is. Sector 3, maybe. Maybe he's retired in the pits or hit the wall or something, but...
Top 6 was
anyway,
total damage, so he's
yeah,
not
I'm just trying to figure out where. Because usually you follow the guy behind, but Dragon is about half a lap behind, so by the time he gets there, we'll never know.
Well, he just got a position going through the start of the final sector, so
JJ Rocks. Oh, JJ's lost it, and KG nearly follows him.
Oh, that's a
bit of a strange place to lose it,
actually.
But anyway, yeah, Dragon is, okay. KG's up at the 15th, Craig Connolly's 14th, still going around. Letus is in P13, not having a great day. Denzel, again, disappointing. And Atlantis, has to be said, started off well, struggling in the rain, but then who isn't? Oh, that's right. Motara seems to be all over this division today.
Yeah, he's really on it. He had the better strategy at the start compared to Dark Horse, who started first, and he's just kind of controlled it since the pitch, really. Have to say though.
Yeah, Barry's just yellow flag, sector 2. Gone. Oh, there's a car. Oh, Dragon's way off the track there. I think he's just letting people through, or you would hope so anyway. Being that far off track.
So. Yeah, as the back marker as well, you'd definitely hope he's just moving up people's ways.
I mean, I still don't know how this race is going to finish.
I don't know, because, as you say, things can go wrong very quickly. But it does seem like the race has died a little bit. Oh!
Everyone's just being super cautious. Oh, Dragon, yeah, well, never mind.
That happened. He was right on the outside of the track, and a car was coming past, and he just hit the barrier while trying to come back on. That was
unfortunate.
I think unfortunate. I think that is the word I would use.
Oh well, KG Football up into 15th. Even though he probably already was, but never mind. We'll ignore my goof. And we'll just pretend that never happened.
CJ now putting a gap to DTM as well, so DTM's either made a mistake or just not been as confident on those tyres.
I think it's just about grip levels. I think a lot of this is going to be like, maybe Park Fairmay's on in this league and they can't make the changes they need to for the rain. I don't know. Like if Dragons left a session, unlucky non-finishers. Still have 15 runners with us though, which is great to see. Let's have a look at Gamer and AMS Andrew, who is closing all the time by the look of the deltas here. But it's definitely died down a bit in terms of on-track battling, because I think everyone's just being super cautious to get round now.
Yeah, like I said earlier,
Whereas
weather conditions really start to hurt you around this track. It's not really a rain track.
If you know the grip levels, you can go pretty much full-blooded for any move, as Letters and Craig Connolly are in a bit of a battle back in the backfield there. Let's have a look. Craig Connolly and Letters. Letters is going for the move. Craig Connolly gives him plenty of room. You can still race, apparently, according to these two.
Yeah, these two are saying, hey, forget the wet weather, let's still break late and still leave each other enough room.
Gravel.
Oh. Yeah, let us run a bit wide there. TJ
there.
actually closing in on Prime. She's closing in on Prime.
These two are having a battle
quickly.
Now. Let's have a look then. See if we can do anything. Of course, DRS is now disabled, I imagine, so this is going to help a lot of these guys out as well. They don't have the added worry of how do I break the toe, so he doesn't use DRS on me. Now, no one has it. There's Atlantis and Barry having an overtake session there. Atlantis was the only one invited, apparently, and just drops him straight away. Bye then.
Yeah, that was
a
mistake by Barry then, for that to be dropped that quickly. I have to say, TJ, even after catching onto the back of Prime, is now not really getting too much closer, and this is allowing DTM to come onto the rear end of these two as well.
Is he going to go for the move now? Titan,
TJ coming off of the slightly drier line to go onto the wet. And
there's a car on the inside, be careful as you turn in, and he was.
Yeah, there you go. TJ's made that move. Now,
DJ into second.
Prime
DTM should be next though.
As well. If DTM can keep the grip levels, or even if Prime starts battling TJ back for this position, then DTM's definitely in the right place to take the podium off of either one of these two.
Absolutely no hint of a lift for TTM for this lap so far since I've been on board with him. Bravery. And you can see how much he's closed up in the last sector alone. Titan doesn't appear to be that happy with the conditions out there.
Yeah, DTM really wanting this podium after already making up 10 positions this race.
Getting darker and wetter. Is it going to go full wets by the end of the race, do you think? I know there's a handful of laps left, but it could still happen.
7 laps left, and like I say, when this track gets wet, it gets disastrous. So if it gets wet enough, they will just have to chuck on the wets, even if it's for a lap. So
yeah,
it definitely does look like it's getting worse.
Within half a second
of
Barry down in P9.
Big slide. May have got a big slide, but he's still closing down this straight. That slipstream really being effective as Prime goes really wide.
DTM wheel to wheel, literally at this point.
He's going to have the inside through here where they're going to.
How the hell have you got round there?
Oh, but he's on the outside here, and that's not ideal.
I didn't think it was possible if you two cars side by side through there, much less in the wet, but they pulled it off.
DTM was beautiful. He's not going to have the inside here. There's no way Prime can fight this around the outside. Yeah.
If I was Titan,
I'm
I'd
impressed.
just be staggered as to what the hell just happened to me there. Like, how the hell has he pulled that off on me?
Yeah, that's impressive.
In these conditions, that is ballsy as hell, my friend. Yeah. I was looking at Kosher and Barry, and Kosher got the move done. I did look away, but he's now up into P8. Barry seems to have made some sort of mistake because he's dropped a lot of time. We are looking at Gamer and Andrew for 5th place now, because everyone else seems to be pulling away from their nearest rivals.
Watch the board with them while I have a quick look at the penalty scenario for the front 4.
Yeah, thanks. Now, I don't recall seeing A lot of the top 4 there in the penalty box, because we're playing ice hockey now. Oh, right. Jesus! Oh, wow. Andrew Alpha, no, Andrew Alpha, that's a completely different guy. AMS Andrew just absolutely skyrocketed to the right-hand side of the track there. He lost the car completely, but kept it out of the wall. Oh, he's lost a boatload of time there on Titan and Gamers. And could well be vulnerable to Atlantis in about half a lap when he gets his tyres back to where he needs them to be. Atlantis will be gaining all the time. But I think he's okay now. There's a moment that I wasn't expecting. I think people are just realising, I'm just going to take what I got now. Because conditions are tricky. And we applaud them for not being stupid to go for a move that's never there.
Yeah, people being very, well, clean, I have to say, for the wet conditions, so...
Dark Wolves is facing the wrong way, so he's in a moment somewhere coming out of the hairpin. No, not the hairpin, thought he was. I don't know where he is, I'm lost. He's,
okay.
Yeah, okay, he's there.
So, interesting fact for you.
Yeah?
Out of the top 4, Waltara's the only one with a penalty.
That. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, to be fair. I haven't seen a lot of them come up, and... yeah, Waltara must have been very early on. And Dark Wolves has just let Craig Connolly by. I don't know what's going on, but he's got some sort. I think he's got no wing or something. Yeah, he's lost the wing. There you go. That's always going to hinder you around here in the wet. I mean, he's not too clever in the dry, but in the wet, you're absolutely toast if you go more than 12 miles an hour. Like that. You can't get your car stopped at 70 miles an hour into the pit lane. Craig up in 12th. Yeah, I'm not surprised. There we go. Casey Fuzzball. You're in 14th now, fella. Keep going, dude.
So, oh, actually, I was going to say, with this race dying down, but Atlantis catching Andrew.
Yeah, Atlantis is definitely in this. He's had a bit of a weird race. It's kind of like a season up and down. Like, he'll have moments of absolute pace, and then he'll just disappear, and then he'll come back in the latter stages. This is happening again, and I think this is more down to conditions than the track. I think it definitely feels more confident in the wet that he can keep going around, whereas for some reason he just doesn't have as much pace in the drive. But it's like my problem. I'm more competitive when it rains than when it's dry, because I know how to drive the car properly. I think he's a similar sort of driver, and yeah, we'll see. He was nowhere a few laps ago, and now he's on for big points, so credit to him.
He's really closing in on Andrew, but it's not going to be enough for removing the hairpin. Although, actually,
are you sure? Are you sure? He's gone for that. I'm not sure he should have, but
he's had to push Andrew wide. I think he's let him take that position back.
Yeah, he's given it the position back, because yeah. Well, I mean,
oh, again, he's really low on his brakes.
It is raining, Atlantis. Got to brake a little earlier, dude. Come on. I like the fact he's confident to go for moves, but you also forget it takes much longer to stop in the rain than it would in the dry.
Yeah, and these conditions
just ask Vettel.
Yeah, just ask Vettel. Funnily enough, you say that. Atlantis is in the Ferrari, so let's not go down that route.
Oh, you only been it when you're in Ferrari. You're in the lead of the race. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. He's not leading, so he's fine.
No.
Because Andrew picks up a penalty.
There, AMS
I have no idea what the
that could help Atlantis out.
To, and I'm not looking, because the amount of penalties the amount of things I have to go through.
I was going to say, yeah. We'll find out at the end of the race together and be surprised as everyone, apart from the drivers, because they already know.
Here we go, Atlantis is going to be close this time, so he's definitely going to be able to look at the brakes here.
Nope, he's defended well. Well, he's gone for some form of switchback. It's an unorthodox way to do it.
The issue with it in the wet is, doing the switchback, is the inside line is a lot wetter, so getting the power down is even harder.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not into these corners, surely not.
No.
No. Thank God for that. I think someone's around. Barry's been off somewhere, I think. Was it? Yeah, Barry's down to 10th. Craig with a 3-second time penalty. His 12th, not having a great race, unlucky.
So
It happens sometimes when you're known.
Well, not much is happening, and Atlantis is reclosing his gap up. I'd like to speak driver of the day.
Let me. That's not the right detail to look at.
I'm gonna say DTM.
You have to.
He's
Yeah.
played it beautifully.
I was going to say, yeah, I agree with you there. I was going to say DTM, and then I looked. Kolsch's had a quiet season, quiet race, but he's up 8 positions into 8th, so that's also a solid shout, I think, as well. I haven't noticed his name too much in the penalty box, but I'm pretty sure I could be wrong on that, but there's been so many, it's hard to remember them all without checking. And as Atlantis is lining up yet another overtake attempt on Andrew into the hairpin again, he's gone for a... well, that's not going to work. You can't drive through him, sir. That's it's unlucky. You can't drive through him. So it's between only DTM and Kosher. I think it will depend on penalties as to who gets the driver of the day for me. But
as it stands at the moment, from when I last looked, DTM obviously has no penalties because, like I said, Motora is the only one in the top 4 who has a penalty. So
yeah,
DTM having done 20 laps on the mediums to go to the inters.
Yeah,
with no penalty.
Definitely a great strategy for him. Good lad, yeah. He's not in a bath right now either. Atlantis seems to be the only battle on track here, Andrew and Atlantis. And then you've got AMG Kosher in 8th. But there's 3 A's together. But yeah, it's definitely looking likely a driver of the day for only DTM. I think we agree on that one.
Yeah, I think as long as he can bring this car home, he will be our driver of the day.
So he brings it home, he's on the podium and driver of the day. And what could be better other than maybe a race win?
Well, yeah.
But from where he started, I think he'll take 3rd, to be fair. I don't think he's that greedy about it. As Atlantis, can he get it done at the 4th time of asking? Not really, no.
He's looking at the cutback
Andrew
again.
is defending brilliantly.
Yeah, he's really holding that inside line, knowing that he can be on the dry line on the exit, or the drier line on the exit, and it's just giving him that grip. Although,
oh my word!
Yeah, he's gonna have to back out this
just
again.
Pulled that out of the top drawer of tricks there. I think he... What the hell, man?
He knows he hasn't got a lot of time left. I think that's what it is. He just wanted to try and get that movement made, and I think unfortunately that's not going to put him out of position.
But now he's just not going to have enough time to get back, so he's going to have to just hope that AMS Andrew makes a small mistake to get him into contention, but it doesn't look likely at this point. He's held him off quite superbly since it became wet. But we do have to keep an eye on the leaders who are coming around their final lap somewhere. Where are they? Montoya, whatever the hell his name is. He's coming up this the stadium section. TJ not far behind him.
Right. Stadium section. No, it is. No, what the heaven? What am I talking about? Don't start confusing me. Don't.
Yeah, I was just saying he was coming up to it. I didn't say he was going through it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Prix.
We've got this. I'm not got long enough to finish.
I
promise. My brain's not dying.
My voice is. Ow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Motora,
I can last another half a lap, don't worry.
Tremendous race, starting second, and then just playing it very well on strategy, getting himself into the lead and controlling the race, comes around the final corner to cross the line and win the German Grand Prix.
TJ will cross the line and takes the win.
On penalties though. Oh my!
I forgot about the penalty.
I forgot about the 3 seconds. Why did I?
I remembered about the penalty, but I couldn't do the maths. I literally looked and thought, oh, he's clear. Then didn't read it. It said 2.8. But anyway, gamers will be 5th. Andrew and Atlantis will be 6th and 7th. It's all about penalties for these guys now. I don't think it's going to affect their overall position. I don't think one has more than the other. And Atlantis had less penalties than Andrew, so he gets him anyway. And Andrew falls to 8th, in fact. Thunder 9th, but goes into 8th. How many penalties did you have, Andrew, sir?
Yeah, that's
Barry to get the final point. And then we'll go on board with Craig Connolly for the final quarter of a lap, as an appreciation of a driver that has a solid drive and just didn't have, you know, the usual luck that he usually gets to get further into the race. I think the rain came at the wrong time for him. So yeah, unlucky, but that's an obscene amount of penalties there. But Craig crosses the line to finish 12th. Just missed out on the points. The podium. Yes, TJ with the win. Who saw that coming? By 0.2 of a second.
Well, wow, yeah, I didn't.
Again, I didn't forget about the penalty. I just couldn't read numbers, like I said, and that's a little embarrassing, but never mind.
Yeah, well,
Hey, got
I'm going to
second.
change
I'm
my
sure
words.
Forgive us.
Congratulations to TJ on that win. Fucking.
This doesn't affect our driver of the day at all, does it?
No, DTM I think still gets
Yeah,
driver of the day.
lad. I should think so. Good drive, solid effort from AMG
Do you want
Coach
to
on another day.
run
Would
the
have got it
grid? I know
himself.
I normally do it, but you want to run the grid while I invite these guys because I'm
I'll
not
do
on.
it in your style.
Yes, I'm not on point.
Finishing at the back, unfortunately, out of the race were Toxic, JJ Roxton Dragon, and the Dark Wolves in 15th. And then KG Fuzzball last of the runners, Letters, Craig Connolly in 12th, Denzel in 11th, Barry rounded out the points in 10th, Andrew 9th, did cross the line 5th, I think, or 6th, Thunder in 8th, Kosher, Atlantis, Ados, Prime, and then the podium people are DTM, who also was driver of the day, and Motora, and TJ wins the race. And that has 10 seconds left to spare, so I'm quicker than you.
Yeah, you didn't have to shut up.
Oh well, never mind.
Right.
Trees.
Well, we have two of the people. So I'm just gonna get started. Well, I'm not gonna sit around and wait. So we could just make sure you guys have included your audio before we start this podium talk.
Yep.
Okay, good. Right. So we'll start with third place, DTM. First to all, congratulations, driver of the day. You made up 11 positions in that race.
I did.
I'm trying to think. You went. You put yourself in a very good position. I don't know if the rain was a thing people prepared for, because otherwise I don't see why people would have been qualifying on the ultras. But you went 20 laps on the mediums, and then on to the inters, where it looked like you could have been battling TJ for another position, but in the end fell back from him. But you did get the overtake for third. Just run us through your strategy for the race, really.
Okay, so I was always going to go 20 laps on the mediums. That was my goal. But I think I got extremely lucky with the rain, because it came as soon as I was about to go in the pits, and obviously I got the third place, but I couldn't keep up with Mr. TJ.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, like I said earlier, very solid result. Not only driver of the day, but making your way up to third place. So good race for you and good points for yourself.
Thank you.
Well, second place hasn't joined, so we'll move straight on to our leader that I totally forgot was going to take the lead over penalties at the end of that race. TJ, you actually caught us off guard a little bit. You pitted. Well, the start of your race was a lot of battling, and a lot of clean battling from what it seemed like from our point of view. But we thought that you were actually pitted for the inters a little bit early, but it seems that you called that to perfection. Was that like a scheduled pit stop and you just thought inters, screw it, or was that you timed that with the inter stop?
To be honest, I was coming around I think it was the third to last corner, and I got a strategy change from my engineer, so I thought, gotta try it anyway, and it worked. I gained probably about 10 seconds from it, so it worked out really well.
Yeah, so I guess you have Jeff to thank for that one. For the first time, I think ever, I have to say Jeff did good. But yeah, solid race from you. As I say, you were involved in a lot of the battles, and a win I totally forgot about based on penalties. Did you actually know that Mortara had a penalty at the end of that race?
Yeah.
Or was you just keeping that gap?
I knew he had the 3 seconds, that's why I was trying my hardest to get within that 3 seconds, and I'd done it on the last lap, which was good. So, yeah, happy with that.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you, and congratulations to all the podium drivers, including Mortara, who's not currently here. But with that, I'm going to hand back to Mackie to close us out.
Thanks, man. Great job. Congrats again to the podium people and all the finishers. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching this stream. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.